Welcome everyone. We're glad to see you here at devtodev's webinar. And today's topic is analyzing subscriptions and subscription-based apps. So our product growth manager, Anastasia Bogapova, will go through key metrics for subscription-based apps. We'll also be sharing best practices of analyzing user behavior and engagement in that kind of apps, and we'll also go through retention and churn reduction strategies. And as I mentioned before, we'll have a Q&A session after the webinar, but feel free to write down the questions during the webinar, and we'll do our best to answer them after the session. So now, Anastasia, you can start.
Pierre, thank you for introducing me. As I said, I'm here to guide you through the key methods of analyzing subscription in mobile apps. Subscriptions drive over 70% of app revenue today. Therefore, during the webinar, I will share all known techniques, case studies, and tools that you can apply immediately to grow your subscription-based apps. And let's dive into our agenda. First, we will start with an introduction to subscription models, focusing on the growth and unique challenges. Then we will discuss key metrics, including how to define a North Star metric that aligns with your app's value. And next, we will explore user behavior, and we will explore how to analyze user behavior and look at how to identify engagement patterns. After that, I will share advanced retention and churn reduction strategies and cases. And finally, we will wrap up, as I already said, with a Q&A session to address your specific questions and to discuss it. And let's start with our first slide. Subscriptions are one of the fastest growing monetization models, having grown by 4 times over and more than 4 times over the past decade. They generate predictable revenue and help apps build long-term relationships with users. However, retention and renewal churn remain the 2 biggest challenges for subscription-based apps. When it comes to subscription, there are several key types of apps. It's content-based subscriptions. Think of streaming platforms or e-learning apps where users pay for ongoing access to exclusive content. Utility-focused apps. These apps solve regular problems such as productivity tools or cloud storage services and platforms. The third types about health and lifestyle subscription apps. It's apps like fitness trackers or meditation apps focused on habit formation and daily engagement. And the last but not the least, community or service-based apps. These include dating apps or professional networking platforms like as LinkedIn, where users pay for premium interactions. Each subscription models, whether content-based, utility-focused, or lifestyle-oriented, requires a tailored approach to analytics. The reason lies in the unique nature of user behavior and the product itself. Subscription apps are not about one-time interactions. They focus on building habits or addressing daily needs. This ongoing relationship shapes the metrics we prioritize and evaluate to evaluate product success and your product health. For example, while transaction volume might be the main focus for one-time purchase apps, subscription-based apps emphasize metrics like sustainable engagement, retention rates, and recurring revenue. These metrics provide a much clearer picture of whether the app is meeting its goals and supporting user needs effectively. This understanding sets the foundation how to analyze performance and uncover growth opportunities. Metrics are the cornerstone for subscription success, and analyzing them effectively is crucial. To make it easy, our analytics experts have created a comprehensive subscription report that already consolidates all the metrics in one place, in one report. So I will share it now. Here you can see in monetization section, we have a dedicated subscription report. Let's explore it. In this report that available in smart use section, here you can see, all essential data is automatically aggregated. Integration is straightforward. Basic events and store connection are all you need to integrate and to generate actionable insights. First, we see the indicator panel here, which highlights revenue from new and renewed subscriptions and the number of users across each stage of subscription funnel, from trial to new subscribers, all active and churned. And the last, we can see conversion rates from each key stage of funnel. Install to trial, trial to subscription activation, and from install to subscription activation. Thus, the key metrics for analyzing the effectiveness of subscription is conversion to activation, as I already said, trial to subscription conversion, subscription renewal conversion, also known as subscription retention, number of active subscribers, a key measure of your app's ongoing users base, and of course, churn rate, the share and the number of users who either cancel it or choose not to renew their subscriptions. And as you saw, it's also important to analyze absolute metrics like gross revenue from subscriptions, both from new and renewed subscriptions too. Below, all these metrics available in more detail for the selected period in the dashboard. Here you can also find a detailed funnel here. For example, you can see the median time for each stage completing, and also you can observe conversion rate from install to subscription or from subscription to activate, from trial to subscription activation. For example, we can see 8% conversion rate and 3 days for users from install stage and 3 days for users who skipped the trial stage too. I guess that's all about demonstration, about overview demonstration. But I also mentioned earlier that subscription-based apps designed to address user regular needs. Therefore, it making retention one of the most crucial metrics for analyzing successful strategies and for analyzing apps. Let's see what we have about subscription retention. Let's select last 9 days because we need a huge period to observe. Retention is the foundation for sustainable growth. It's 5 to 10 times cheaper to retain existing user than to acquire a new one. Apps with a strong retention is not only enjoy predictable revenue, but also benefit from organic growth through referrals mechanics. For example, optimizing onboarding can significantly improve retention by clearly communicating value and easing users into your app's features. You create a smooth experience that keeps them engaged. Now, to avoid confusion, we will be using 2 types of retention metrics today. During the demo, you will see subscription renewal conversions, as I previously said, the metrics that also known as subscription retention rate. It's displayed on the screen now. And it's focused specifically on renewals. Later, we will discuss strategies and we will use retention in more broadly. in general statement as a measure of how often users return to the app. Both types of retention are supported by devtodev. First, as you already saw in subscription section, and the second one in engagement section in retention report. So let's go back to our presentation for now, and let's discuss the second type of our metrics, North Star metric. Retention alone is not enough, especially since it's a relative metric rather than an absolute one. For example, you could have a 100% retention if you are the only one user of your app. That's why we also focus today on the North Star metric. As you can see on the right part of the slide, many apps use metrics like the number of active users or time spent in the app. These metrics help assess the product economic and the measure user satisfaction. Your North Star metric serves as the guiding star for your product. It represents the core value that you deliver to users and keeps your team aligned with what matters most. Let's break down to the process, how to define this North Star metric for your app. The first step is focusing on your app's primary goal. For example, the fitness app might track hours of workouts completed per week, while a language learning app might focus on daily active learners. Choose the metrics that reflects your user success, your product value, as satisfied users are more likely to stay subscribed. The second step is aligning it with your business goals. If data shows that users who complete, for example, 4 workouts a week are twice as likely to renew their subscription, then tracking workout hours. If you see other metrics that aligns with your business goals, select that metric. And the last step is validating. You should validate the metric with the data. You should analyze these metrics truly represent this metric is truly represent your user engagement and the value of your app or not. The right North Star metric will serve as a singular focus for your app's growth strategy. Here you can see in examples from industry leaders. Usually they select an absolute metric because it represents the key metrics, and it also clearly represents the future revenue volume. Both types of retention and the North Star metrics are essential for understanding the current state of your product and identifying areas for improvement. But where should you focus when retention, of course, is low or user numbers aren't growing? That's where analyzing user behavior and engagement comes in. It helps you uncover what drives users to stay or what pushes them away. With tools like devtodev, these insights are transformed into actionable reports, enabling you to pinpoint opportunities for growth and implement targeting improvements with high confidence. Let's start with the first step in the app by looking at the subscription funnel. As you saw earlier in demo, the funnel and statistic for subscription renewals are already available in our pre-built report. A typical subscription funnel includes 4 key stages. It's registration or install, free trial period, paid subscription, and subscription renewal. The biggest drop-off often happens after the trial step in trial to paid stage, where conversion average around 25%, but it also may be close to 10%. To improve this step, there are several advices, but let's see at prepared advices. First, simplify onboarding and clearly highlight the core benefits early as you can. Use targeted reminders during the trial period to re-engage users. And the last, offer flexible pricing option or incentive to encourage conversions. Since subscription analytics is already calculated automatically in devtodev, the quickest way to test your hypothesis and to test these advices or anything else is by running an A/B test on our platform. Select the subscription funnel as the metric to analyze, and, for example, use the percentage of successful subscription as your target metric. This way, you will automatically receive the results of your tested changes, and you can keep only the most effective hypothesis. And let's move to engagement. Engagement is the foundation for retention. Without it, even the best acquisition strategies can't sustain a subscription model. During using tools like devtodev, we can analyze and improve engagement effectively because we can use a lot of already pre-built tools and reports. The user flow report helps us to understand how users navigate the app, identifying which features drive the most interaction and where users encounter friction. For example, in fitness app, features like guided programs or challenges often show strong engagement, which can then be emphasized and encourage retention. The funnel report highlights the critical drop-off points in the subscription journey or in your app journey, such as user abandoning onboarding or failing to explore premium features. This allows us to address those gaps with tailored solutions like improvement tutorials, personalized reminders, or feature redesigns. And additionally, you can use user segmentation. It enables us to categorize users based on their behavior: active subscribers, trial users, churn risk users, and craft targeted strategies for each group of users. For instance, re-engagement campaigns for trial users can be refined to address specific behaviors, increasing the likelihood of subscription renewal conversion. By leveraging these insights, small but data-driven changes, like introducing gamified streaks or improvement on onboarding, can result to significant increase in daily active users, and after that in retention and your revenue value. devtodev provides all tools that you need to turn this data into actionable improvements, to test them and to analyze the results, to keep your users engaged and to grow your subscription. And so last our point of discussion, retention. It just doesn't just happen. Let's discuss which strategies we can use to increase it. Let's discuss these 3 ways to take your retention game to the next level. First way is celebrating milestones, whether it's completing 10 workouts or hitting a 7 goals, or as you can see, known to already known mechanics that use some language apps. Apps that do this build a strong emotional connections with the audience. It may be hate emotions, it may be satisfaction, but it's already clear that this mechanics works. The second, personalized offers. Data-driven personalization works wonders. For example, streaming app saw a 15% increase in renewals by sending tailored recommendation to users nearing the end of their subscriptions. And the third, experiment with pricing. Offer different plans, monthly, quarterly, annually, to suit various user needs. I observed that one budgeting app reported a 20% improvement in retention after they added a quarterly option plan. Retention is not just about keeping users, it's about making them feel that you are growing with your apps and and they are getting value. And finally, let's discuss the churn. It's every subscription app's biggest challenge, but what's the good news? It's manageable, and especially it's manageable with some proactive measures. First, not first, like one of the ways to reduce churn, start with predictive analytics. Identify users who haven't engaged for a while or show signs of disengagement, like skipping sessions or reducing the activity. These are your at risk to churn users. Next, focus on re-engagement campaigns. Use some mechanics to re-engage users. Use notifications, reminders, special offers for them. And finally, offer unexpected value. Give users a reason to stay, whether it's a free feature, or free trial period, or exclusive content. These small gestures can make a big difference in reversing churn. And let's look at some real-world examples from network. It's examples of apps that turned analytics into action and use it to increase the revenue and retention rates. In EduQuest, they introduced adaptive learning path tailored to user levels, it leading to a 25% increase in satisfaction and 15% boost in lifetime value. In Receipt Box, by adding social sharing and user-generated content, they doubled engagement and improved retention by 30%. And in Budget Buddy, already discussed app, a goal-oriented savings feature increased user activity by 35% and lifetime value by 18%. In this game, the key is to analyze and then to test, learn, and iterate. Sorry, and iterate the changes. As usual, we also prepared some helpful resources from our past publications, which will be included in the follow-up email with the webinar recording. And we covered a lot today: metrics, behavior analysis, retention strategies, examples, and a lot. Now I would love to hear from you some questions. Do you have questions about specific challenges for your app? Maybe you're wondering how to apply these ideas, or you have some other questions about our platform. I would love to hear it.
Awesome, thank you, Anastasia. It was really insightful. We have a first question. Can you give any example of subscriptions in games?
It's a question about examples of subscription mechanics in game apps. Usually, it's I guess it was the second type of subscription mechanics, or the third. It's about some exclusive content or some premium access. For example, it's subscription that allows to skip advertising, or it allows to participate in some special competitions or to observe some special levels. So it's more about some premium subscriptions. If you want to know some examples of apps that use subscription mechanics, I guess we can prepare an article about this topic, but I guess it's not a key question. Success subscription.
I guess you answered.
Success cases.
Yeah, I guess you answered the question. So yeah, you did. So it's a part of monetization for games usually.
Then yeah, I'll lead us because I switched already to the second question.
Second question. If my app has multiple monetization methods, for example, add subs, can analytics display statistics for all of them?
Yeah, you can analyze and observe in devtodev platform all monetization channels. It's also maybe I can switch and show you. In our platform, you can select. You can apply a filter about each revenue sources, and you can analyze each source divided or all sources. All data from all sources will be collected and available. And it's not necessary to do anything else after adding some monetization channels or so.
Awesome. Thank you. There is another question. How are refunds accounted for in analytics? I guess it in the context of using devtodev.
Oh yeah, I didn't show this, but you can analyze revenue structure. And for example, you can see downgrade statistic or fund statistic, and it's also will be included into all revenue reports. So if we observed some refunds through App Store integration, we will include it into our statistic.
There is another question about trial. How is there some specific info regarding how many days a trial should be, like a 7-day trial, or is optimal? How to decide what trial period is the best? Well, if you could clarify what type of app you have or game, because it's like it really varies. For taxi app, it will be probably one recommendation. For games, it will be the other one. So if you could let us know, maybe you could also reach out to Anastasia directly or to one of our customer success managers, like with questions, and if you need more information.
Based on my experience, it use it can be 7 days, it can be 30 days. You should, I guess it's better to test offers with different periods, and after that to decide which works better, because we don't know a lot about your app, and we don't know a lot about your users' behavior. It can be different in other countries. For example, for European Union countries, it can work 7 days period. For Asian countries, it should be longer because they spend less time in your app or more. So it's very
yeah, there is
personal case.
There is another question, probably. I see. How to analyze user behavior during onboarding? Is your funnel resonating with customers? If they drop off from converting to a trial, can you determine the issue? Well, we actually have a huge separate section dev-to-dev. So funnels are one of our I cannot say literally, but yeah, we definitely have funnels, and you can.
You can create. Oh yeah, you see my screen. You can use conversion funnel report, and you can select each necessary event. It can be a custom event, or it may be our basic events like install, trial period, and subscription with parameter period, or sorry, is not period. It's state. Sorry. It will be step for users who converted into trial subscriptions, and for example, you can choose subscription with state active if we want to select all users who transferred from trial to active subscription. Or you can adjust it and select some custom steps, add them, and analyze your custom funnel with full events using all necessary events. And you can also use not only our funnel report, but also our engagement reports. For example, new users path and user flow to analyze the behavior and the events that happens before subscription renewal or before trial period and after that. I guess that's all about that question.
Okay, I'm trying to look at any other questions.
If you have other questions, you can address it through email.
There is an email. One of our managers has shared Anastasia's email, so we can take it a bit. Right, we can take it out of the format of the webinar. And I see someone is typing the question, or not, not anymore.
He or she decided not to type it. Okay, so let's finish.
Okay. Well, if there are no more questions, as I mentioned, you can always reach out to Anastasia, and we'll be sharing the follow-up of this webinar with you. Also, thanks everyone for participating, and thanks Anastasia for hosting the webinar, and thanks for everyone who was asking the questions.
Thanks for questions, especially about printing app. It's very interesting app. Not obvious type of apps. Thanks. See you at our next webinar.